Okay. As you are going to have class test, isn't it? In the next class, most probably, if I am not mistaken, let us revise together some of the notes and exercises of your chapter 2. Okay, I think in the previous class, we have revised together up to question number 20, isn't it? So today let's start with question number 21. Question number 21 is write a short note on the Mediterranean forest. These forests are mainly occur around Mediterranean Sea, okay, and the western margins of the continents in the middle latitude where the climatic conditions are hot and dry in summer and warm and wet in winter. Okay, hot and dry in summer, warm and wet in winter. Tree leaves are spiny, okay, and small and have long roots with medium height. Important trees include olive, oak, cedar, pine, cork, chestnut, etc. Okay, so these are all about Mediterranean forest. Let's go to question number 22. Write two characteristics of the coniferous forest. Trees are tall, straight and conical in shape. The leaves are needle in shape to reduce the transpiration. The reason is to reduce the transpiration, needle shape. Okay, leaves. Okay, next one is distinguish between tropical deciduous and mid-latitude deciduous forests. Okay, these forests are found in subtropical regions. It includes monsoon Asia, parts of Central America, Brazil, North Australia and Eastern Africa, whereas mid-latitude deciduous forests are found in the coastal temperate regions. It includes Western Europe, Northeastern China, Japan, Northeastern USA, New Zealand, South Chile, etc. Okay. Uh, Trees shed their leaf during summer in tropical deciduous, whereas in mid-latitude deciduous, trees shed their leaves during winter. Okay, important trees of tropical deciduous forests are teak, salt and sandalwood, and mid-latitude deciduous forest trees are ash, birch and oak. Okay, let us include this homework also. Where are the coniferous forests found? Northern polar region and high mountains of Europe, Asia and North America. Then some important trees of the coniferous forests are pine, fir, cedar and spruce. Let's go to the next one. Is a chart showing the grassland of the world. Grassland are divided into tropical grassland and temperate grassland. Temperate grasslands are again named differently. Prairies in North America, steppes in Eurasia, pampas in South America, downs in Australia and veldt in South Africa. Four types of forests in Manipur: subtropical deciduous forests, subtropical evergreen forests, tropical moist deciduous forests, tropical moist semi-evergreen forests. Okay, forests in Manipur. Then 26, importance of forests. Forests indirectly affect climate, soil conditions and stream flow. So forest is important because of that. They also influence agriculture, grazing, recreation and wildlife. They give us clean oxygen. Okay. And secondly, forest provides a variety of products like timber, fuel, fruits, fiber, roots, cork, rubber, etc. Many of these raw materials, okay, are are used for forest-based industries. Next, number 27, measures for conservation of forests. Some of the measures are checking of deforestation, okay, cutting down of trees and all, encourage afforestation, creating awareness about the importance of forest, controlling of shifting cultivation and population. Why is there need for the conservation of wildlife? The first one is conservation of forest, now conservation of wildlife. Okay, it helps in the maintenance of ecological balance. Okay, it not only protect rare species of animals and birds, it helps in the expansion of tourism industry. Okay, next 29. Oh, sorry, 29. Let's go to 29. Okay, suggest 2 steps for conservation of wildlife. The first one is setting up of national parks and sanctuaries in different parts of the country. Law has been passed to ban killing of animals and birds. Okay, these are the 2 measures, okay, in order to conserve wildlife. Let's go to the next one. Homework. Some important vegetations of tundra. It includes moss or mosses, lichens and sedges. Okay, different types of forests in India: tropical evergreen forests, tropical deciduous forests, thorn forests, tidal forests, and mountain forest. I mean mountain vegetation. What do you mean by wildlife? Animals, birds, fishes, etc., which live in a natural habitat are called wildlife. Do not. Mineral. Mineral is a chemical element or combination of 2 or more chemical elements. That is what we call as mineral. Alright. The next one. Explain the chemical and physical properties of minerals. Solubility is the chemical property for example, salt. Salt is soluble, but quartz is insoluble. No, so that is the chemical properties. And physical properties, color and hardness are example of physical properties. Coal is black or brown, but quartz may be red, black, pink or purple. Let's define some of the important terms. Ore. An ore is the natural accumulation of metals or valuable minerals in a concentrated form along with several impurities. This should be concentrated from a form along with several impurities. Smelting, the process of separating metals from their ores through heating, is what we call as smelting. Mining, the process of extraction of minerals from the earth's crust. Okay. Quarry, surface mining. Mining, not inside the earth. Mining occurs inside the earth, whereas quarry, the surface of the earth. Surface mining, so to say. Alloy, new metals formed by the combination of 2 or more metals are known as alloy. Okay, 2 or more metals. Let's go to the next one. Difference between metallic and non-metallic minerals. Metallic minerals are those from which metals such as iron, copper, silver and gold are derived. Okay, derived from all these minerals. Non-metallic does not contain metals. Okay, one of the example is coal, petroleum, mica, etc. And metallic minerals are ductile and malleable. Okay, they are not breakable, they can be expanded, but they are not so in these non-metallic minerals. Metallic minerals are associated with igneous and metamorphic rocks. Okay, whereas in non-metallic minerals, they are generally associated with sedimentary rocks. Let's go to the next one. Name the hardest and softest mineral. Hardest, diamond. One of the example of softest mineral is talc. Okay, which we use in our Colgate and all. That is talc. Explain the different types of metallic minerals. Metals such as iron, copper, silver, and gold are derived from this metallic mineral. The one, it conduct heat and electricity. And not only that, they are also found in nature as ores. Understand? Types of metallic minerals. Name 4 different types of iron ores. magnetite, hematite, limonite, siderite. Okay, 4 different types of iron ores. Why is magnetite considered as the best type of iron? Magnetite is considered to be the best type of iron because it has the highest iron content. Okay, state 2 metals which are widely used for making electrical goods in electrical industry. First one is copper. It is used in electrical industry for making wires, cables and electronic goods. Then aluminum. It has a wide utility in the manufacturing of electric wires and cables. Okay. Why do we need conservation of minerals? Minerals are the non-renewable resources. Number one, it takes thousands of years for the formation of minerals. The exploitation of minerals is much higher than the rate of formation. If the present rate of consumption continues, the existing minerals reserve will not meet the increasing demands for so long. So we need to conserve minerals. No. Okay, some measures for the conservation of minerals. The first one is need for the conservation. Next one is measure, what to do. Okay, how to conserve minerals. Finding and using of substitutes. Instead of using minerals, coal, we can use solar. Reducing consumption, reusing and recycling, using efficient methods of extraction and processing, to create the awareness about importance of mineral resources. Let's go to the next one. Most probably it's a homework. Why is copper used in manufacturing wires in electrical energy? Because it has the quality of electrical conductivity. Okay. Name the ore from which metal aluminum is extracted. Bauxite. State the different ways of generation of electricity. The first one is hydroelectricity. Okay. Generated by driving turbines using fast flowing perennial water. Thermal electricity, it is generated by using coal, petroleum and natural gas. Nuclear energy, generated by altering the structure of atoms in which uranium and thorium are mainly used. What are used? Uranium and thorium. Next, distinguish between conventional and non-conventional source of energy. Conventional are those which have been used since a long time. Okay, conventional source of energy are expensive to prospect, has an expensive prospect, extract and process. Very expensive. Coal, mineral oil, natural gas, hydropower, etc. conventional source of energy. Alright, non-conventional have generally been identified in the recent past. They are inexpensive once machinery for harnessing them is installed. They are not so expensive comparing to conventional one. Solar, wind, tidal, geothermal are non-conventional sources of energy. Next one is how are coal formed? Coal are formed by the plants, materials which have been buried under the rocks over millions of years ago. Let's go to the next one very quickly. Why are coal, petroleum and natural gas called fossil fuels? Because of organic origin. Okay, and mention different types of coal. Anthracite, which contains 92% of carbons. Bituminous, lignite, peat, less than lignite. Okay. Why is the demand of power increased in Manipur? So let's come to Manipur. The demand of power has or is increased in Manipur due to increasing population, number one, enterprises and modernization of various economic activities. So electric demand is increased in Manipur. Rocks associated with the occurrence of mineral oil, sedimentary rock. Mineral oils are mostly occurred in sedimentary rocks. Suggest some measures for the conservation of power resources. We must use power resources wisely, avoiding wasteful consumption at every level. Number one, the use of power saving device at home and industries. Okay, to conduct awareness program with the slogan energy saved is energy produced. Homework. What is solar energy? Solar energy refers to the solar heat, or in solar energy, energy is converted into electricity. Okay. When and where was the first oil well dug in India? It was Digboi in Assam, 1894, and in the world, Titusville, Pennsylvania, United States of America, in August 1859. Okay, so these are the questions. Question up to 44 plus homeworks. This will be very important for your coming tests. Read the textbooks also. Okay, so I wish you all the best in your class test. Thank you once again.